Today we're going to find out if 11 YouTubers that you probably have watched are hacks, or maybe they're talented geniuses. Let's take a look. Okay, video is probably going to get me in trouble with some people, probably lose some subscribers, but hey, it's not fun if we can't make fun of people. And I'll go ahead and start to say this is not to be taken that seriously, okay? And some of these people on this list are even I would consider my friends, or at least online friends. So we're gonna see if some of these YouTubers are what some refer to as a hack. What exactly is a hack? Well, here's the definition, but somebody that's unoriginal, or they're just trying to follow the coattails of other people. You know, trying to make videos and make money because it's a popular topic. And the popular topic we're going to talk about today is Snow White, because I can't understand why adult men are upset about a movie about Snow White. That would be like in the 80s, my dad getting upset because of an episode of My Little Pony. It just wouldn't happen. Now I get you can say they're upset at Hollywood for doing these remakes. They're upset for Hollywood because they're making this woke stuff or blah blah blah. I get all that. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm just saying pick your battles. Adult men shouldn't even know anything about Snow White. Sadly I do because it comes up on my YouTube feed, but it doesn't make me angry. It's a movie I would never ever see no matter who they cast. They could get Ray Dong Chong to play Snow White and I wouldn't even go see it. So what I looked at here is these 11 YouTubers that talk the latest movie news. And we're going to see how many times. Well, let me pull up the list of what we're going to do here. And before anyone says, hey, you stole this from a YouTuber called Diesel Patches. He did one about Mr. Beast. And I thought, hey, that's good. We're going to apply that. So yeah, I am taking his plan and making it my plan. So I came up with a point system here. 5 points. You get 5 points for every video they made about Snow White. Easy right there. Any of those videos that go over 2 minutes, that's 2 points. Anytime they use in the title or the thumbnail destroyed, 2 more points. Or if they use the word disaster, 2 more points. And 2 points if they use in the thumbnail tears in the eyes, or they made the eyes glow red. That's a really hacky thing to do in thumbnails. So as you can see here, we got the point system. So let's get to ranking these. Okay, as you can see, you got 11 YouTubers, and we got a ranking right here. Anyone that gets over 201 points is King Hack. Can anyone get to the top of the Hack Mountain? Hey, between 101 and 200 is the Hack droppings. You know, the people that feed on the droppings of the original, the King Hack. And then we have 61 to 100. That's Hack Ball Lickers. That's the ones trying their best to get to the top of the hill. 31 to 60, we got Hack Wannabes. These are ones that's really not putting in a lot of effort, but they still want to be at the top of the hack heap. And then we've got Hack in Training. These are the kind of ones that, hey, they're just trying their best. Then that's 11 through 30. And then we got Not a Hack at All. This is a score between 0 and 10. I'm not saying because you make 2 videos of Snow White, that makes you a hack. No, it's when you're trying to cash in on the situation here. So we're going to go through all these. And I'll just start at random. Let's start at Clownfish TV. As you can see, they've done quite a bit of videos. In total, I could come up with 29. I'm not counting shorts, and I probably could dig around and find more on some of these channels, but just glancing at the channel, I could find 29. Out of them 29 videos about Snow White, how many of them was over 10 minutes long? 24 of them. 24, that's almost all of them. Well, did they use the word destroyed or disaster? Seems they didn't, and they didn't do any red or tear eyes in the thumbnail. This gives them a total score of 66. So they will go into the Hack Ball Lickers. Yep, Clownfish TV or Hack Ball Lickers. So let's move on here and do another one. How about Midnight's Edge? Midnight's Edge. Well, believe it or not, they only done 4 videos. That gives them a total of 20 points. And out of those 4 videos, how many was over 10 minutes? 3 of them. And that's almost all of them. 6 points. As for the 2 words, disaster and destroyed, they both get 0. Same with red eyes or tears in the thumbnail. Couldn't find any of that in the thumbnail. Good job, Midnight's Edge. That gives them a total score of 26. Well, let's see where they go in the scale. 26. They're hacks in training. Way to go, Midnight Edge. Way to go, Midnight Edge. You're a hack in training. Okay, let's go to my buddies over at Echo Base. They can take a joke. Right, Nick? Right, Coach? So, let's take a look at them. Again, great guys, not saying anything about the channel. Fingers crossed that they hadn't made any Snow White videos. I could find a total of 7 videos about Snow White. That gives them 35 points. How about the ones that go over 10 minutes long? Well, there was one 10 minutes and 11 seconds. Oh, you almost made it. So you get 1 point. And thank God, NickCoach didn't use the word disaster or destroyed, and they didn't show a thumbnail with red eyes or tears. Their total score, 36. 36. 36. I would have felt bad if I had to put them in the top of the hack mountain. So they get a 36. And they're hack wannabes. Sorry, Coach. Sorry, Nick. Just a couple of hack wannabes. But if I counted that guy, Matt Risselman, that's on your show, I could have gave you an extra 30 points just for that guy. I mean, his head looks like a hack. Anyway, let's move on to Comic Artist Pro. A guy that once called me a punk ass on his channel.
It says Star Wars Junkman. Star Wars Junkman. Star Wars punk ass.
Now, Comic Artist Pro has done a lot of videos, but I only could find one video about Snow White. One. And was it over 10 minutes? Nope. What about the 2 words, destroyed or disaster? Nope, didn't use that. And also, he didn't use any red or tears in the photo image. So he has a total score of 5 points. 5 points for Comic Artist Pro. Way to go, not a hack, not a hack. Very good. Only one Snow White. Now, I admit some of these people may have other channels, like a live channel or something, and I didn't catch it there. We're only looking at the main channel, but I'm very impressed. Comic Artist Pro, way to go. You, sir, are not a hack. Okay, let's go to one of my personal friends, Ryan Kingler. I can't remember. Well, this is a good guy. I know I talk about how I like the guy I get shit on Twitter for, but I have fun fucking with him on Twitter, and he fucks with me on Twitter. We have a lot of fun. So let's see. Come on, Ryan. Don't be at the top of the mountain. Let's see what Ryan does. I could find 59 videos of Ryan Kingler talking about Snow White. 59. That gives him a total of 295 points. Good Lord, that's a lot of Snow White talk. How many of them are over 10 minutes long? 0. Again, I'm not counting live streams. How many times did he use the word destroyed? 31 times. That gives him 62 points. What about disaster? Yep, he used it at least 15 times for 30 points. But luckily, he didn't make a thumbnail that showed red eyes or tears. Good job. But he gets a total score of 387 points. 387 points! Ryan, I hate to say it, but you're at the top of the heap. You are King Hack. Somebody might knock you off your throne, but right now, you are King Hack. Let's go to that Star Wars girl. The title alone, this girl should have 0 points. She talks about Star Wars. Let's find out. I could find 8 videos for a total of 40 points. Out of those, 6 of them went over 10 minutes long for 12 points. She used the word disaster or destroyed both 1 time each. So that's 1 point each. That's 2 altogether. As for those red and tear eyes, again, I'm so glad not seeing many people do this. She is at a 0. But I'm going to give her an extra 5 points because she made 3 videos about Snow White in the last 2 days. 2 days, 3 videos about it. So she has a total score of 59. 59 points. Way to go. That puts you right under Hack Wannabes, sharing the limelight with Echo Base. Now, let's see who we can go to. How about Critical Drinker? I've seen some of his videos, didn't understand a damn word of it. But let's see what we got. I could find 4 Snow White related videos. That gives him 20 points. How many was over 10 minutes long? Just one of them. So that gives him 2 points. And glad to say he didn't use any red or tear eyes in the thumbnails and didn't use either of the words destroyed or disaster. Way to go, Critical Drinker. Drinks on you, Critical. You got 22 points. That puts you in the hacking training. For someone as big as a YouTube star as you are, I expect a little bit more out of you. You should at least be in the hack droppings, or at least not a hack. Either you should be at the top of the mountain or the bottom of the mountain if you're a popular YouTuber. That's what I say anyway. So let's look at a buddy of mine, Drunk 3PO. I don't know if you know him or not, but he loves to talk about Kathleen Kennedy, Star Wars, Marvel movies, and he likes to hang out with Gina Carano. Hey, I would hang out with her too, but she wouldn't hang out with a guy like me. No, because I'm not a Junk 3PO. Let's take a look. I can find 9 videos about Snow White. That gives him a total of 45 points. How many over 10 minutes? 0. He did use the word destroyed 4 times for 8 points. Disaster, he didn't use it all. And sadly, come on, Drunk 3PO, at least one time he used a thumbnail that showed the star of Snow White with tears in her eyes or red eyes. I believe he used a tear. Anyway, that gives him 54 points. 54 points. You're right there with that Star Wars girl in the Echo Base gang with a hacker wannabe. Hacker wannabe. Now let's look at a guy you love to hate. Nerd Erotic. Ooh, you know you're a sexy nerd when they call you Nerd Erotic. Let's take a look.
Samurai Vader, what are your thoughts on that Star Wars Junkman guy? Star Wars Junkman guy.
I only can find one video about Snow White. Again, he might have did this on a live stream, but I'm just looking at his main channel. One video. And it wasn't over 20 minutes long. And he didn't use the word disaster or destroyed. And he didn't even use tears or red eyes. But hold on, I'm going to give him an extra 5 points. Because he did put the star of Snow White in a thumbnail, but according to the information on the thumbnail and the title, the video wasn't even about her. So that gives you a total of 10 points. And you're right there with Comic Book Pro. You're not a hack. I don't care what the New York Times has to say about your Nerd Erotic. You are not a hack. Okay, at least when it comes to Snow White. I don't know. I did another video about you being a hack about Star Trek. Maybe so, because everybody's going to talk about Star Trek. Especially the Picard. That Picard was awful. God, that was some awful crap. Anyway, let's look at 2 more. Let's jump over to a guy I've loved to mess with for a long time on this channel. You got it right. Geek the Gamer Kid. Man, I should have wore big headphones around my neck in honor of him. But someone told me he doesn't wear big headphones around his neck when he makes videos anymore. I know, it's a damn shame. I used to love laughing at his big, he used to have these big old headphones around his neck. Anyway, let's see about Geek the Gamer, the guy that set the match to the Phantom Menace.
Cause you freaking fricks just can't ever be quenched. Your fantasies can't ever be quenched, can they?
I can find 23 videos of him talking about Snow White. That gives him 115 points. None of them was over 10 minutes long. Now this guy's always been the king of thumbnails and titles, so let's take a look. He used the word destroyed 7 times for 14 points, disaster 8 times for 16 points, and he did add a red eye or a tear to the actress that plays Snow White for 1 point. That gives him 146 points. 146 points! You're still not better than Ryan Kickstarter. That's gonna put you in hack droppings. That's right. I know you know Ryan is your buddy, but you're eating his droppings. You gotta do better work. You gotta do better work, Geek the Gamer Kid. You can't let your lackey overtake you in the Snow White videos. Well, that leaves us one more. The quartering. I always think I said that wrong. The quartering. I don't even know what that word means, but let's take a look. I could find 39 videos this guy had done about Snow White. That's 195 points. How many of those 39 videos were over 10 minutes long? Every damn one of them, 39 of them. Can you believe it? Well, luckily he didn't use the word destroyed or disaster, and he didn't use tears or red eyes for a thumbnail. But I'm gonna give him an extra 5 points, being that every video he made about Snow White was over the 10-minute mark. That gives him a total of 218. That's gonna push you to the top of the king hack right there, but you're still under Ryan. Ryan, come on. But that's a look at if they're hacks or not. Now I'll let you decide yourself scientifically. You can let me know in the comments how awful I am at doing this video, or how, man, they're all hacks, or they're all cool. And again, this video is not to be taken seriously. Some of these people I know, some of them I don't know, some of them I talk to, some of them I'm friends with, and we're just having fun here, guys. Calm down.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.